In a world where you have to secure the missile battery, there is but one shepherd to do this. Anyhow, hey guys, what's going down? This is Aries, here with the final voiceover for Mass Effect 3. And this section's hard. Not gonna lie. In one of the previous planets, I forget what it was called, but it was the one where we found the Banshees. We had to fight 2 Banshees at the same time. And there were a bunch of husks that were there along with the Banshees. Now we're going to be fighting 2 Banshees along with a bunch of husks, cannibals, and marauders. So, yeah, we're in for a very hard section, and after that we're gonna have to fight about 8 brutes at the same time, and then when there's about 2 of them left, a harvester shows up, and that thing will 3-shot you. So this is gonna this might take you a while to beat. One suggestion I do have that I kind of screwed up here is you're gonna see me picking up the missile launcher and dropping it in a better spot. If you die, which you will, then yeah, it's oh, I just totally blanked out. If you die, the missile launcher will disappear from where you dropped it, like I did. So don't pick it up until you're ready to use it. So also, I have no clue how it works, but it does a lot of damage. So yeah. Also, if you do use it, I would recommend not using it on the Banshees because it doesn't kill them. And it just does like a minuscule amount of damage. So it'd be better used taking out some of the cannibals and marauders. Anyhow. Basically, it's going to just be a few stragglers for a little while. Yep, just take out the marauders, cannibals, not much to say yet. They're going to be dropping in a few troops. And something to say. Okay, I'll go ahead and say this. I mentioned it in a previous video, but for those of you that did not watch that video and you're watching this video, I did a cut of the ending where I have 2 of them. It's how I think the game should have ended, which I really like the way that turned out. And then I had the Deus Ex Machina, which is for those of you that might not be familiar, it's basically a literary technique where you finish it. You basically introduce something new that just ends the game, or ends the story in a very, very cheap manner. Kind of like if you're an historian, you just end it by finding something randomly. That's kind of how this ending felt. So I dubbed it the video Deus Ex Machina. But yep, go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to be posting that pretty soon. So even if you don't normally watch the cutscenes, I would recommend taking a look at that, because I think it just kind of shows that they had such a good ending going, and then anyhow, this is where it starts getting difficult, so I'm going to shut up and do some actual commentary. Your left flank's going to collapse. Luckily, this is the only flank that does collapse. If there were more enemies coming in, I think we would be screwed. And 2 Banshees are going to show up. So, a bunch of marauders, cannibals, all those guys are going to be jumping in. You really have to kill a lot of these troops before they can get down here, because once they get down here and the Banshees are in your face, it's going to be really difficult to kill. But I think I found a pretty good method for doing this section. So, once the Banshees start coming down here, I biotic charged up to where the troops were coming down from. And because of my awesome incendiary weapon mod thingy, I was able to take out a lot of the cannibals, keeping my shields up, and I accidentally pushed that cannibal into a spot where he just died because he was out of the map. But I took out a bunch of troops right there, so it really helped for the amount that were on the ground. I almost died. It's really helpful if you don't heal yourself when you are at no shields, because if you're at full shields and you heal, you'll heal fully. But if you are taking damage, you'll only heal about 2 health bars. So the Banshees, when they're in this building, they act really glitchy. They'll be teleporting around a lot. This Banshee actually got stuck, so I mean, she couldn't even move at this point, or she could teleport. But yeah, the Banshees were just acting really glitchy. What I would recommend doing is, after you've taken out a significant amount of troops, just try and lure them into here, and they really won't be able to do a lot. I actually, after I took the Banshees out, I was thinking to myself, okay, awesome, I got these 2 things dead. Now I just have to stay alive. You're gonna see me freaking the fuck out. Oh yeah, and kill move kind of glitched up for her, actually, so I got lucky there. This section is really just about luck. I had on a previous run of this, the Banshee, a Banshee was at about 1/5 of her armor, and then I just died to an automatic kill move. So this section's about luck. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. So. Yep, once you take the Banshees out, though, which I would, again, recommend using this building as a foothold for taking them out, just because they get really glitched up when they're around cover and whatnot. Don't try and fight them on the open land. Also, this really stops the cannibals and marauders from getting a good shot at you, so they won't be able to do that much damage while you're fighting the Banshees, because there's so much things in the way. So, yep, a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill. Just try and maneuver the Banshees around this building and take a few of them out when they're coming down. And I'll catch you guys after the cutscene.
Commander, I've reprogrammed targeting. Missiles are ready for launch.
Got it. You heard her. Back to the truck, people.
Missile guidance enhanced.
Firing!
Countering interference.
Did it hit?
The Reaper is still too close to the beam.
We're down to 2 missiles.
And we haven't even scratched it.
You will need to allow the Reaper to move out of the beam's influence.
And closer to us.
Commander, Hammer's being overrun at every turn. Reaper ground forces are converging on your location. We're fighting our way to you. Hold on, Commander. Hold on.
Another wave. Incoming.
Hold on, everyone. We can do this.
Alright. It's time to defend the missile battery. And defend it against what, you might ask? Well, of course. Tons and tons of brutes. So, it'd been a while since I had played this section, but I did not remember this many brutes. But they're here. Luckily, though, I remembered this section incorrectly. I thought that there were brutes and Banshees that I had to fight. Thank God that's not true. Unfortunately, there were Harvesters, which are just about as bad. But the good news is that we can pretty much fool the Brute AI, and holy shit, Brute. Yep, they're even raining from the sky. But the Brute AI is pretty darn easy to fool. Make sure you have ammunition, by the way. They do really bad around cover and buildings, which there's a ton of cover in this area. Both Caden and Garrus went down, so I just healed them with a Metagel right there. And yeah, it's really just running around while shooting at these guys. The real issue comes when the Harvester arrives in a little bit. And the Harvesters it just kills you so quickly. I wish I could. Well, if I showed you guys my first run of this, this was my second run where I beat it. And the first run, I just died to the Harvester in about 3 hits, and we're gonna see me fighting the Harvester. I actually put it in ×4 speed. Because it just takes forever, because you have to sit in cover, and it fires about 5 shots, and then it gives you about a 3-second period to shoot at it. And so we're going to see that coming up. But the Brute's pretty easy to take down. I just keep using a shotgun. Again, oh yeah, and here's the Harvester. So, don't exactly know how I just survived right there, but I did. Lucky me. And I spam the metagels. Once the Harvester shows up, you're going to need to run back into this building, because this is about the only spot where you can safely live. And at this point, I had no mana gel, so I'm like, oh, I need to open that medical station. So I did, barely survived, and then I used it to revive Garrus. And God, it's just so unforgiving. You might be looking at this and saying, Ares, how the fuck did you stay alive? No clue. But I did. So, managed to kill all the brutes. It's just a matter of biotic charging enough, and I'm alive, and that's all that matters. Now, ×4 speed, taking out the Harvester. You really just gotta shoot in between its shots, and it takes forever. So, here we go. Just fire in between its shots. And eventually you're going to take it out. Eventually, and there we go. Down it goes. And at this point, it's a matter of survival. There's going to be a bunch of banshees showing up, cannibals. You don't have to fight any of them, by the way. You just really have to run around and stay alive and not get hit by the Reaper. And just keep running around until it gives you the prompt, until Edie says to press the button on this truck right here. And the game at that point has been won. You just have to kill Marauder Shields, the boss, and which is a joke, by the way. And that's all you gotta do. Guys, this is Ares, and thank you for watching the entirety of my Mass Effect 3 guide. It might be a while before I do a new guide, and by a while I mean a very long time. So I would just like to thank all of you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.